Welcome to the Do It Ugly podcast. Here are your hosts, Stacy Lyon and Jenny King.
Hey, hype girls. It's your favorite, Stacy and Jenny, back for another episode of Do It Ugly.
Yeah, back in the studio. Always fun.
So, ladies, we have a lot to unpack today.
We do.
We're going to talk about the silent walkaway. But first, we want to catch you up on our latest foray into the kitchen. So last episode, you heard us talk about Bethany Frankel and her supermodel snacks. And we told you we were going to prepare snacks for us. Sorry, not for you ladies, but for us to enjoy in the studio while we're podcasting. So,
well, and so in an endeavor to ever be on the journey of health and getting skinny.
This is like supposed to be our magic cucumber, if you will. Like we're supposed to eat it one time and then drop 10.
Is that what's supposed to happen?
I mean, I don't know. A girl can dream.
Well, and you know, I would like to say that I'm one of those women who's like, I don't want to be skinny. I want to be healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit. I want to be skinny. I want a thigh gap. And if Bethany Frankel's supermodel snacks, as she calls them, can get me there, your girl is on the train.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So you found this recipe on Bethany's Instagram.
Well, there's so many of them. And as I was scrolling through, way too many of them have some kind of seaweed component. And that's going to take me a minute to get there. Like, I'm going to have to really mentally prepare for those.
For the seafood.
So I was like, which one doesn't have seaweed? And this was the first one I came to that didn't have seaweed.
Well, and it was a really simple recipe.
It was
3
simple.
ingredients.
Very simple.
Which we liked because, let's be honest, we didn't really decide last night till like 10 p.m. what we were going to make today.
Correct. Now, should we tell them the ingredients before we tell them whether we liked it or not?
Let's go.
Okay. So the first ingredient was a cucumber. Then we have tahini.
Yes.
Which was found in the like beautiful Spanish aisle where they have
the
all
international
the international food
aisle. Yeah.
In our grocery store, it says Hispanic aisle. And I don't know if that's, I was like, ooh, I feel fancy.
Next to the taco shells.
It was. So many cool things to discover. But cucumber, tahini, and then it's supposed to be Skinny Girl Caesar dressing.
Yes.
Our local grocery had every Skinny Girl dressing but the Caesar. So I got the Panera Bread Caesar because it was the next in line for lowest calorie, lowest sugar.
Yeah.
So, all right. So give them a rating 1 through 10. What do you give it?
I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
I was really surprised. So you guys, this was really easy. Just, chop up the cucumbers, put them in a bowl, shake on some dressing, sprinkle on the tahini, mix, and it's ready to go. I am not a cucumber lover, so I was a little like, I don't know if I want to try this, but I did it for the sake of you all because we love you so much.
Absolutely.
And I have to tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. I actually ate a second one because I did rather enjoy the first, and I give this one a thumbs up. What about you?
I am giving this one a 10 out of 10.
Stop it.
I absolutely loved it. In fact, this would be a dangerous snack for me. So this is one of those.
Really?
Well, yeah, because it would go from a supermodel snack to I ate the whole bowl. So I would have to limit how much I make of it. But yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10.
I mean, I think you could put this on some lettuce and make this a salad for lunch. And
as a salad dressing, that would be delightful. The tahini on top of the Caesar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's an unexpectedly good combination.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. And it had the right amount of, like, the tahini gave it a great punch because, Caesar dressing already has like a little bit of something, whatever that je ne sais quoi is. But the tahini gave it a little something, like a little punch. It kind
of brightened it up. Like it had a little lime maybe flavor to it.
So this one is 10 out of 10 for me.
So anyway, ladies, who knew we could talk this long about cucumbers in the kitchen?
The real question is, do you feel skinny?
I feel better already.
Okay,
I'm just saying. And of course, we topped it off with our beloved Diet Coke.
Always.
Which is always crisp, refreshing, and delicious.
Please sponsor us, Diet Coke.
We love you.
We'll keep asking until they say yes.
Okay. Second follow-up, and I hope you all are going to get the biggest laugh out of this like I did. Like I literally LOL'd out loud today.
Okay.
So you may remember a few episodes ago, we did something called A Lady Never Spits.
Ooh, yeah, that was one of my favorites. I like that one.
So today I met the lady who spat.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So apparently, look, Myrtle Beach is so small and everybody knows everybody. So the lady who the story was about came forward today and was like, I have debated for months whether I should tell you this or not.
What?
And I finally just decided to tell you that story was about me. And I was like, no way. Yeah. Her daughter danced at the same school where Sophie was. And she was like, And I just want to let you know, I had a cold and a lot of phlegm.
Oh, no.
She was like, I'm not usually someone that spits in parking lots.
Oh, no.
And she's so lovely. And so it just cracked me up because one, she is a great listener and friend of the show. Like she listens every week. And so she was like, I just need to let you know that that episode was about me.
Well, first of all, yay. I love an empowered woman who just owns her stuff. Like, yo, I was having a day and I did the thing and that was me. So kudos to you, boss babe. I love that for you.
It just cracked me up when she was just like, I was the one Jenny was talking about.
Aw, we love you so much. That's so brilliant. I love that. Full circle moments.
Full circle moment.
I love that.
So I feel like I have to kind of take back a little bit of the harshness that we had on When a Lady Never Spits, because I guess maybe I don't know if there's ever really a time or place for it. I'm so sorry, MR. But you did it, you owned it, and it is what it is.
I'm never going to say there's a place for it, but here's what I will say. We've all had things in life, myself included, where I'm like, why did I do that?
We're also like, I hope nobody was watching.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 100 million.
Or you thought nobody was watching.
100. Well, praise God, there was no social media when we were young, because So, and this is why I try not to do too many things in public, because there's always somebody filming and watching and taking pictures. P.S. We did not film.
We did not film that moment.
I'm not that girl.
It was just so funny that, so much time has lapsed. And today she was just like,
that's
kind of sheepish in her confession and was like, I didn't know whether I should tell you, but I knew you would get a huge laugh out of it. And literally I cracked up when she told me. And
well,
we both had
just
a good
know
giggle.
that we don't love you any less because of it, because we've all had our moments.
Absolutely.
There we go. All right, bestie. You're still in the inner circle. You're in it to win it, my love.
All right. So today,
okay,
now that we're all caught up from previous
That's
business, if you will.
I love that.
New business.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We are talking about what you just told me is coined the silent walkaway.
Yeah.
Which I've not heard of before.
Silent quitting. Silent walkaway. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay. So as women, you know that we have this tendency to feel like we have to apologize or we have to explain everything. Like we owe everybody and our mother an explanation. But there is this new thing, and I say new, it's been going on for quite a while.
New to us.
Yeah, new to us, where people are just without explanation, quitting, walking away, not participating in things, not asking for permission to walk away because they just need to protect their peace and make mental room for the things that they really need to be worried about instead of getting caught up in jobs they don't really want to be at, clubs they don't want to be a part of, friendship groups that just don't serve. There's so many reasons why you would do it, but I love women who are, there are certainly circumstances where you need to let people know. Like if you have a job that's dependent upon you and, people's lives are going to be impacted, that's a different thing. But, if you work at Starbucks and you decide you don't want to be a barista anymore.
So is this
is that a bad example?
Like
Maybe
leveling up ghosting? Is this kind of like in my head, I'm picturing like level 10 ghosting.
It's like the personal peace Irish goodbye. Isn't that what they call it when you just don't say anything, you just walk out?
You just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think the Starbucks example is a good one. And I don't even know why I said that.
That's okay. You want to redo?
No, it's totally fine. Leave it in. But I was trying to think of a good reason, like something where it would be like, no big deal.
Well, obviously, you still want to be professional and respectful of other people's time and business, right?
Correct.
So your example would be you're not going to just not show up for your job any longer.
Right.
You're going to have the common decency to let someone know, hey, I'm going to take a break, or, thank you so much for my time here. But
so that's not a great example because silent quitting isn't that. Silent quitting is just like, I'm out.
So maybe it doesn't relate to a job.
Here's
it's
my
relating
resignation.
to something that's not involved with
unless
a career.
You have a really shitty boss that just like is a completely horrendous human or team of horrendous humans that you have to work with, then maybe at that point it might make sense to just be like, psych, I'm out.
I don't know if I could ever do that at a job or a career. Could you?
No, I have done that.
You have?
Yeah, but I was also, first job when I got out of college.
Yes.
Was working at a PR firm.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be very cool and sexy because I had sold myself the television version of what it should look like.
Right. The communications degree was it felt very sexy.
So
when
useful.
You were doing it, right?
So useful. But when I was young, my now husband, then boyfriend, came to me and was like, yo, babe, I'm moving to the beach. And I was like, not without me, you aren't. So I just literally was like, I'm out. Bye.
Peace out, bitches.
No notice.
No notice.
Okay.
No, I was young and rude and so full of myself. Like I was one of those who came out of college thinking I should earn 6 figures.
Got it.
Got it. Completely understand why not now. But yeah, no, so I did that. And I didn't feel bad about it. Not
Do you feel bad now?
I mean, having been a business owner, being now someone who's in a leadership position professionally, sure. Yeah. Because it was my responsibility I committed to that work. I took the job. I accepted the salary and all the things. So yeah, I feel bad about it now. But then I was like, peace.
Would you ever write a letter like now to the business owner? Okay.
No, I think we're too far past it now. I don't think she'd even care enough to read the letter.
Would she be like, who is this?
Probably.
Jenny,
who are you? I don't even remember. You were such a blip on my radar. Probably. How about you?
Okay. So walking away, I don't know that I would do it for a job, but I'm definitely practicing it. And maybe it is still job related because it's community and networking related. But I'm having a moment right now where life is feeling very heavy. I have a lot of things going on right now. And I'm just, for the first time, feeling a little overwhelmed. Like I don't have it in me to take on all the things. Like I'm someone that always says yes.
Yes, you are.
I never say no.
Much to my chagrin.
It actually hurts me to say the word no.
And sometimes you say yes for both of us.
I do a lot. But I'm one I always carry it on my shoulders.
Yes,
I take it all on. I do all the things for everyone else and I put everyone above me. But I'm feeling right now that I can't do that. And it's painful to admit that and to ask for help. But I'm stepping down and resigning from a lot of things that used to bring me a lot of joy.
Yeah.
And right now they're just bringing me a lot of stress, if that makes sense, because it's another commitment, another thing to do. And I'm just not feeling like I have the time for it in my life and the bandwidth. So I'm resigning and stepping down from a lot of activities that brought me a lot of joy and that I love for a really long time. And I'm not sure how I'm going to feel without them in my life, but I know that right now I just need some more space, some more time.
And you deserve that. I mean, all of us go through seasons in life where we can be a certain version of ourselves, or we can do these different type things. And I think it's totally okay. Now, in the vein of silent quitting or silent walking away, have you found yourself explaining to people why you're walking away?
Of
or have
course.
You just, okay, so that's not
so
silent
it's
quitting.
not silent because that's why I'm like, I don't know that I could do it silently.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of an example. I mean, there's definitely people and relationships that I've just silently walked away from or created distance between.
Yeah.
To the point where now I'm thinking well, was I always the one reaching out? They weren't meeting me halfway. Yeah. And now we've created distance and they're still not reaching out. So maybe it's not a bad thing. Although you say that I never call you first, and I feel like I do. And I've made a really hard effort the last few weeks to be calling you a lot.
You did call me twice. Which is fine.
In one day.
I don't mean to, it's like, I don't mean anything
now
by it. It's just
have to keep up with it in my brain. And I have to be like, oh my God, I can't wait for Jenny to call me. I have to call her today.
You seriously don't, because there's no tit for tat in our friendship, which I think is brilliant. But it's just one of those. No,
not tit for tat. Just letting you know that I love and care about you.
I always know that I'm loved and cared about by you. And I think that's the brilliance of a real friendship that's healthy, is that it's not something that you have to be like, call me every day. We have to talk every single day. Or you don't know you love me. Like no matter when we see each other or how we talk.
You always say, you've been saying to me lately, you never call me. I always call you. And so I was like,
oh, well, maybe I was secretly feeling some kind of way about it.
I think I secretly hurt her feelings because.
Was I in my feelings?
You were in your feelings. So. And several times you said to me, you never call me. So I'm like, shit.
See,
I'm dropping the ball on our friendship. I need to do it.
Well, you're not. You're fine. So I think you deserve that. You deserve that opportunity to pull back, give yourself the space that you need, because you can always rejoin, right?
Absolutely.
And I think the hardest thing for us as women is to, especially when it's an organization or a company or a team or something that we've been a part of and we've given so much of ourselves to it, it hurts to think that they can go on without us, right? Mm-hmm. Like that they can exist without our big contribution. But the fact is they can, and they will. And at the end of the day, somebody else will fill that role. It doesn't mean that everything we've done isn't meaningful. It doesn't mean that we haven't added value. But once you wrap your brain around that fact, it becomes a lot easier to let things go.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with that one. Although I do feel a little bit of a sense of relief for taking some things off my calendar because I'm in a season right now where family does need to come first in my life. And it's been a while since I've had a season like that, to be honest with you. I typically fill my calendar and my weeks with pouring into others.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with all this time. I mean, a little scary, but also a little bit exciting.
We'll put some real self-care in there.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, who knows what's next?
Well, and I
got my hair cut today.
It looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
The colors
I love fresh blonde.
Yeah, it looks really pretty. You said you were going to go dark. You didn't. It looks good.
I didn't. I chickened out.
I love it. It looks good.
Well, you know what's so funny is I was talking to the hairstylist that does my hair, and she's like, the last time you went brown, you made me promise I would never let you do it again because you hated it. And I was
made
like,
a pact?
Yeah. And I was like, I totally forgot about that. So she's like, I need you to really think about this. And I'm like, totally forgot that conversation.
Well, first of all, love her for having your back, because how many times do we as women go through this where we're like, I'm never cutting my hair again. Then somebody comes along with a cute bob or a different color and we're like, ooh, yeah, we could do that. And then the regret is there immediately.
She did cut 3 inches off the bottom, and I was a little, because I was in my growing out phase, but I'll tell you, okay, my hair was at that weird awkward length that it kept getting stuck in my armpit. And it was driving me crazy. So I'm like, do you suck it up and just wait for it to go longer? And then I was like, no, I need a little more volume at the top because
it's a good length.
I'm an 80s child, but 2. So she cut off a couple inches, and now I've got a little more zhuzh happening up top.
It looks great. But I also really love for you, and I think all of our besties listening should do this, is when you have a hard season, give yourself a little balance by taking care of yourself and doing some things that give you the ability to manage what's coming at you a little better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love that for you. I love that you're pulling back.
Thank you. We'll see if you guys don't see me or hear from me. You can still reach out. I still love and care about you.
Yes. And you haven't fallen off the planet.
I haven't fallen off the planet, just the calendar.
Very nice. And good for you. And so what I would love to know, though, if any of our besties have ever done a silent walk away or a silent quit of a job, of a friendship, of a thing, I really want to hear about it. Like, I want to hear your boss up. I did it for me. Damn the consequences. Walk away moment. Because I think that there could be some real power in that. So yeah, people are doing it all over the place. They're also doing it politically, where they're just completely like walking away from one set of ideals to another. Yeah. And so it's very interesting. There's a lot of shifts happening right now in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've definitely walked away from friendships and relationships in the past without saying anything. I don't love confrontation. I mean, I have a big mouth. We all know that, but I don't like confrontation, and I will try to keep things in and keep pushing them down. But then at some point I will break, and then I will say things that I wish I hadn't and walk away. So I don't always silently walk away. Sometimes I'm more like silent, and then explosion and then walk.
Kaboom. Mm-hmm. When I was young, there was definitely a hot-headed version, and she was ready for confrontation anytime. Like, I would do the hoops come off, she's ready to go.
Don't make me take my earrings out. I'll show you what a cat fight's all about.
Oh my Lord.
But in
I
this,
cannot imagine.
Oh God, I was so mouthy. I have family who can, and people in my life who can tell you. In this iteration of my life, I am one of those people, I don't want confrontation. And I'm in this era of, if you want to argue and say that 5 + 5 = 25, you're correct, babe. You got it. You won. Good luck.
Right.
But on the other side of that, if somebody wants confrontation and they won't back down, I'm not going to start it, but I will sure as hell finish it. And I am sharp with my wit and I'm sharp with my tongue. I don't need my fists. I know how to use them if I have to, but so I don't want to do that. I don't want to engage in that kind of thing. But if somebody forces my hand, then we'll do what we got to do.
Oh my Lord.
Just saying.
I'm questioning right now, like, how did I get
friends?
here? How is this my chosen person in life?
Look, because every soft, sweet, docile friend, which P.S., you're not all the time, for those listening. No, but I'm saying you have a nice edge to you. You got that Baltimore edge. Baltimore?
What are you trying to say?
Is that the thing? Is that how you guys say it?
Are you trying to say an accent?
No, that's how people say it, right? Baltimore. Don't they say like Baltimore?
Balmer.
Balmer. Okay. See, I knew there was a thing, but every soft, lovely, sweet friend has to have somebody who's a little edgy. And I'm not edgy in my daily life, but I am one of those people that if the moment calls for it, like if somebody comes for my kid, if somebody comes for my family, somebody comes for you.
Yeah.
Like all bets are off.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
And everybody deserves to have people in their corner like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I'm
true.
a scary person. I mean, generally, I'm like one of the nicest people in the world. Like I compliment people.
No, I'm just,
No, seriously.
I'm totally teasing you. No,
Yeah.
you are. Absolutely. And I have never seen the other side of you.
Because we've tried to keep her tucked in. Like she was around a lot when I was young, and we try to keep her tucked in now because she's only necessary. And
I don't think I've ever even seen you get close to that point.
yeah, no, it's been a very long time.
It's been a long time.
It's been a really long time. And I hope that nobody ever provokes me in that way because I don't want to be that version of myself. But that's why we call ourselves half hood, half holy. Pray with me, don't play with me. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Mostly holy, though.
Mostly holy.
Because I love Jesus with my whole heart. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So, but yeah, so that's a thing that's happening out in the world. What else is happening in the world that's very exciting or interesting right now? Anything? Any observations of yours?
No, I have no worldly observations. Of course, I have my Netflix update observations.
okay, let's hear it.
So, I mean, are we done being serious?
Yeah. Are we going to stop being like smart now?
I don't know if we were smart, but I feel like
Just in case you besties don't know, we are really trying to create a podcast where you feel loved and excited and inspired to do your life ugly, even in the darkest parts. But, we can't always be intelligent. Can't always be professors of life.
no, I think we're more like your security blanket where you
Is that what it is?
know,
Oh, good.
like you're not alone. If any of this has happened to you or you feel this way, you're not alone. We're here. Yeah.
So, all right, well, give us the Netflix update.
So I watched season 2 of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders show.
How about them Cowboys?
I don't want to say reality, but maybe it is. Anyway, you're not into this.
No, I've never watched it. Look, I'm here for the babes. They look beautiful. Their outfits are cool.
They are stunning. They are gorgeous, but they are super talented dancers is really what they
Okay.
are. I don't know
Nice.
that I even call them cheerleaders. They're more professional dancers
Okay.
is what I would call them because they're not stunting and doing gymnastics and things like
They're
that.
not doing like tosses and baskets and stuff
No,
like
they're
that.
not doing
Okay.
any of that. It's more dance. And I think they even say this in the show. They're kind of on the same level as the Rockettes.
Okay.
So impressed with the dances. But can I just tell you, I feel so sad for the girls that don't make the team.
Oh,
And the 2 coaches, I don't know. I think they're mean girls that are trying to pretend to be nice for the
that's not
TV
nice.
cameras.
boo.
So somebody that they work with on staff, her daughter tried out again this year for the team. I can't remember how many times she's tried out in the past, but this is someone they have known for like 40 years. They were on the team together. They were in each other's weddings, and her daughter tried out again to be on the team and they cut her. The people that tried out are so talented in what they're doing. Like the difference in skill level between one and the other, you're like slicing that pie super thin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
like
you're
it's-
tenths of a points difference. But also, if it's someone that is that close to DCC, to you in your personal life,
Yeah.
do you just let the daughter in? Because I mean, the difference in skill level between her and the next person who did get accepted is so small and minute, but it just felt weird.
There's some people who are going to feel some type of way about that. But in reality, I feel like that's our job is to help bring people up. Who does make a difference. It's always been that way, whether that's fair or not. It
Relationships,
is.
right?
Relationships matter. If she's incredibly skilled,
Yeah.
can do the work,
Yeah.
meet the requirements, then why not? Why wouldn't I bring her along?
That's kind of the way I felt about it. And it was interesting because in one of the clips with the coach, she was
The
like,
first time that you had to cut her, did that impact your relationship with Shelley?
Fortunately, it didn't. Or if it did, Shelley remained professional. She stayed on staff. She continued with our staff meetings. I think she may have maybe 3 or 4 weeks. She was kind of quiet.
cut to the interview with the mom
The night that Dayton was cut, I was kind of told I didn't have to come to work that day. And I probably knew it in my gut that it was happening. And it bothered me that they couldn't sit me down and tell me themselves. I had to find out from my child at 3 a.m. who was just driving around Dallas because she didn't want to come home. I came to work for a year and spoke to no one except for who I needed to. And it was very surface, like it was all business. That was hard because we were friends.
She told the total opposite story.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so she was lying to try to save face on the TV show. Like she totally destroyed this woman, their friendship, their relationship. It was just sad.
That is really sad. My thing about shows like this one is now that we know how reality TV works and that it's so highly produced, I also feel some kind of way about the fact that I feel like they manipulate us when we watch these shows, which is why I don't watch a lot of them.
Okay.
Because a lot of it is scripted. A lot of it is produced.
Yes.
So it is to evoke. So who knows if that even really happened or if that's like a real relationship. I mean, it's great to talk about, but who knows? And then, they've got us here feeling emotional about somebody or.
That's true.
So if it's not even real. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'd be interested to know if that really happened or not.
True. Not that they would ever really tell us.
So is this something you're going to continue watching?
You know what? If there's nothing better on TV, I might watch season 3 if it comes out. I'm not going to seek it. I'm not going to favorite it. So it just like comes back up in my thing.
Okay.
If I'm desperate and there's nothing else to watch, then yeah, I might watch season 3.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
And then you also finished, I heard, the second season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah. Talk about being manipulated and how you're watching the show. Holy crap. Season 2.
This show, I honestly am so flabbergasted when I watch it because whether it's produced or it's real or whatever, the fact that these people would allow all of this stuff to be out in the public, to be famous, is wild to me.
I have so many thoughts. First of all, I did not realize in season 1 when it ended on the whole swinging scandal.
Yeah.
And maybe it just came out this year, but when they say swinging, they didn't mean sex. Okay,
Well, no, 'cause
that blew my mind.
They're Mormon. They meant like kissing, making out, and then
They meant kissing other people's husbands. To me, that's not swinging.
Well,
when
now-
they said swinging, I thought they were going to Bangtown.
well, they might not have done that. I think there was some other things.
Some hand stuff?
I think there was some, what are we in 10th grade hand stuff? Maybe. I don't know.
Well, what do you want to call it?
I don't know, but why do I feel embarrassed talking about it? This is how this show makes me feel. I'm like, I don't know. The men on this show are such a weird mixed bag of.
First of all, these are like such beautiful women. I feel like they all scrape the bottom of the barrel with their husbands. Is that terrible to say? Like, what the actual hell?
So, the dads now are doing dad talk. So they're quote unquote mom talk. And then there's now dad talk. So some of them are really funny, but when I watch the show, I'm constantly trying to figure out why they're together.
Right.
Because when you watch any of them, there's never any real
chemistry.
It doesn't
Romance.
feel like it.
It makes no sense
No.
whatsoever.
No. And they all seem really lovely in their own right. If you're a reality TV show person and you have not watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, that's a wild one to check out.
I think we talked about last episode when you reminded me that it was on and I needed to watch it. Like last season, I was totally anti-Zach and you're like, oh, he totally changed.
Yeah.
This season,
He did make a shift.
I think he's still a whack job, but
Oh, well,
I
they're all
think
whack jobs.
Jen is now, she's got some serious mental health issues going on and she needs some help. I was seriously concerned for her.
Honestly, how intact can you mentally be to be okay, like putting your whole life on display?
I don't
and
know.
sharing all the things. I know that people love in the world authenticity. Like that's the big thing. Be your authentic self. And I agree. But being your authentic self does not mean that everybody has to know who you slept with, who slept with you, who cheated on who's gambling their life away. It's wild to me that people just put all this stuff on display and they do it so incredibly openly.
So how do you compare that to us right now on a podcast, sharing our lives and our crazy?
Well, because we are, but we're not. You know what I mean? Like there's a
we're
line.
authentic in everything that we say. These are crazy thoughts that have gone through our ears.
Well, they are, but it's also not stuff that's just like Like there is such a thing as things people don't need to know. Like there's stuff people don't need to know about us. Like it doesn't impact their lives, doesn't add value to share things. You know what I mean? Like when you're going through stuff, that's one thing. But to just air your dirty laundry is a completely different thing.
True. And I do feel like some of them were trying to make mountains out of molehills to get more airtime. Like Demi. Remember the whole thing at the party where
where the guy touched
her and she went to her husband and was like, so-and-so laid hands on me or whatever. And I'm like, what on earth?
I mean, it was weird the way he hip checked her because he did. He kind of like hip checked her like to make a point. But was it worth going to get the husband? No.
It was weird,
It
right?
was weird. Yeah, it was strange.
It was totally weird.
But that, but again, that's one of those things. I think it was highly produced. I think producers were probably like, hey, you need to go tell your husband. Let's make a thing of it. I'm sure they did that on purpose to make it super extra. It's so funny to me how some reality TV I can watch and some I just can't. Like one of the other shows right now that's really popular is Love Island.
I have no interest in that.
I can't watch it for the same reason I can't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
I don't like that either.
I feel such secondhand embarrassment for people on live TV throwing themselves at a human who's making out with other humans. It's so odd. Sad. It's weird to me. Yeah. So
I don't know why we always have so much excitement and talk about reality TV, but did you see that Tom Sandoval, he was a contestant on, was it The Voice?
No, it was on America's Got Talent.
Oh, for heaven's sake, talk about secondhand embarrassment.
I want to tell you so much that I didn't like it. I want to tell you that I didn't enjoy the performance.
Please tell me.
No, it was good. Like he did a great job. And the audience was on their feet. Like everybody was into it. He actually sounded like he could sing. I don't know that he actually can. I didn't want to like it, but he did Aha's Take on Me. And I was like,
you love that song.
I do love that song. And he did a really good job, but I can't like him for the sheer fact that he's just a douche knuckle. He's a real douche knuckle. I can't like him. And I love how much Ariana Madix has taken her fame and just like taken it to the max.
That's what made me think, because doesn't she host Love Island?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what put Tom into my brain, was because she's hosting.
Yeah, she's building an actual career while he's still paying to get the most extras. Tom Sandoval, the most extras famous. So, but good to him. Apparently he's found new love and whatever, onward and upward, I guess.
Oh my goodness. So what's on your FYP this week?
Well, first of all, a lot of supermodel snack videos, people recreating the supermodel snack videos. And then honestly, a lot of really funny women are on I have a lot of female comedians on my FYP right now. And thank God political shit finally left the building. God. Yeah, mostly right now what I'm following is people who are into fitness and helping women with a glow up, like living your best version of your life. So there's an awful lot of that. Being as I'm obsessed with sales, there's a lot of sales trainers and stuff that I follow. So how about you? What's on yours? I know you're not on the TikTok.
I'm not on the TikTok. And quite honestly, I have not been on social media very much just because of everything going on. So that's why I was curious. I'm going through a little bit of withdrawal. Also, new obsession. So some of the ladies from the Junior League and I took a lesson last week or earlier this week on how to play Mahjong.
I know. I'm so jelly.
I am full on obsessed and downloaded an app on my phone. So now if I do have a spare moment, instead of hopping on the gram, I'm playing Mahjong on my phone.
Very nice.
Full on obsessed. Anyway, we took class 101. There's a 102 coming up that I hope you can make.
Very nice.
And I'm very excited. I'm looking to put on a weekly game night. So if anybody knows how to play Mahjong, reach out to us and let us know if you'd like to be in once I figure out all of the rules. Because there's a lot of do's and don'ts in the Mahjong.
When I saw Crazy Rich Asians, and they have that scene where she stands up to the mother with the Mahjong.
Yeah.
So I've wanted to learn to play since then. So I was really sad not to be able to go.
The person that came and taught us, Morgan, she did a fantastic job. She is partnered with a company called Oh My Mahjong.
Ooh, okay.
And their sets are $400 and they're stunning. The tiles are works of art where I feel like I would put them out in a glass bowl or something as a centerpiece. They're just stunning. And the mats are little pieces of art.
And what do they call them? What do they call the little cube things or the
tiles?
The tiles. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of custom different tiles you can get too. And so, funny enough, so your phones listen when we talk.
Yes.
So after we had this discussion the other night, you and I on the phone, then all of a sudden in my FYP, Mahjong teachers started popping up.
Okay.
And one of the things that I saw that was really cool is those mats. They have the mat, right? That you lay out, right?
Yes.
Where you put your, what are they called?
Tiles?
No, but the things that you put the tiles
I don't
on.
know. I want to say like a slide bar or something. I don't know exactly what the rack or something.
Yeah. A
Yes.
rack pusher. Isn't that what it's called? Okay.
I don't honestly know.
But anyway, so that mat that goes underneath it, all of them there's like so many different designs that these women have in their mahjong rooms. They have like hooks, and there's so many different mats because they're just works of art, and they just hang, and then they just choose which one they want to play with. And I'm like, okay, we need a mahjong club.
Okay, we do.
Let's do it.
Who knows? Maybe in my spare time, I have a new career teaching mahjong. I mean, I'm just saying.
Or maybe you just play mahjong for the sheer pleasure and joy of enjoying it. Instead of trying
I don't always have to be a serial entrepreneur. Is that what you're saying?
No, you don't have to be the leader teacher all the time. You can actually do things just for you.
I don't know how that's going to work for me.
Well, in this new era, you're going to discover.
I'm gonna need some tips, please, on how
Isn't
to just
that so
calm
funny, though?
down.
Isn't it funny that we feel like we need permission to just take time for ourselves? That's wild.
It feels so weird. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm going to need some more time to settle with this for it to feel normal. Right now, it just feels weird. I keep opening my calendar thinking like I'm supposed to be somewhere and I forgot about it. And then I'll open it up and it's blank. And I'm like, this is weird. Because usually I'm someone that has 5, 6, 7 things a day on their schedule. Like it feels weird.
Then here's what you need to do.
Call you more.
Yes, call me more if you need a space filler. But also go in your calendar and time block and just put me time.
Oh my Lord.
And then when you go
look,
look,
to do with me
it
time?
won't be confusing.
Mahjong time.
Well, whatever time. But at least it'll be blocked. And then when you look, it won't be confusing. You'll be like, oh, this is my time. And I can do whatever I want with it. Yay. Okay, so next week, we're going to come in with a new snack. Should we say what the snack is going to be now?
Do you know what it's going to be right now? Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell me. What is it? So I can go grocery shopping.
So next week, we're going to you got to get the big like heirloom style tomatoes.
Okay.
And you cut a slice, like a pretty decent sized slice, the width of a bread.
Okay.
And then you put turkey, cottage cheese, everything bagel seasoning.
Okay.
Roasted red peppers and pickles. And hot sauce. I know. I'm not. I was okay with the turkey, the tomato.
Yes.
The everything bagel seasoning. I can make that work. Roasted tomatoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she also throws avocado.
I was just going to say, I feel like an avocado would go on that.
Yeah. She throws avocado on there sometimes. So that one's got a lot of
I'm not a pickle person.
stuff.
I'm not a red pepper person. And I'm not a hot sauce person.
Well, what she said was, she was like, the more stuff you put on it, the fuller you feel. And I'm like, well, then why don't we just put bread?
Or another piece of tomato or avocado
cheese.
or something, like something filling.
Mayo.
Maybe some tahini might be good instead of hot sauce, actually.
But so that's our snack next week. And it has a lot of stuff on it. It has an awful lot of stuff. So we'll let you know. And I am not a cottage cheese. Like, I don't like the texture of cottage cheese.
I was just going to say that, just the thought of that.
But
can we do Greek yogurt or something else? Maybe.
Well, no, we got to do it with the cottage cheese, so we'll know. But maybe all of the extra stuff, maybe you can't. Maybe the texture won't be a thing.
I'm not sure I'm going to join you on that.
Maybe you have to. You can't skip out.
If I only eat the tomato and the turkey and the avocado and the everything bagel,
you have to eat the whole
then thing. I'll have less calories and I'll be good.
Dear heavens. All right, ladies. Look, we need you to be in it, twin it with us. And don't you worry, by next week, I'm going to have her convinced.
Eat my cottage cheese?
Yeah, if you want to come in studio and eat it with us, please, 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 please. But we love you. It's always fun.
Thank you all for being here with us today. Yeah. And we hope you're having a great time this summer.
We hope you are. And look, if you have any silent walkaway, silent quitting stories, let us know. We'd love to hear them and share them.
Yeah, guys, we really need this to be a three-way conversation.
No doubt. Tell us what's on your mind.
What is our email? hello@hypegirl.us. I was like, wait a minute, I just had a brain fart. Okay, yeah. All right, ladies.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey Hype Squad, it's Mel. Have an idea for an upcoming show topic? Want to ask a question or comment on something crazy my mom or Aunt Jenny have said? Or do you just want to learn more about upcoming events? Visit us at hypegirl.us.